Finding yourself bored and numb? Well, no worries, because now you can get the all-new Eng Pods. So now you can listen to math on the go or on the road. So why stall? Get the all-new Eng Pods today.
Hey guys, let's go over the 7.5 Mr. Eng IM3 Module 2 test, 2.1 to 2.5 on polynomials. This is version B. Multiple choice directions, circle the best answer. Question number 1, circle the correct answer given in the following graph. So here I have G. G is touching which axis? That would be the y-axis. So that is the y-intercept. A y-intercept touches the y-axis. Number 2, starting from point D to point B. Starting at D to B. Well, I notice going from left to right on the roller coaster, it's going down. So this would be decreasing. Which of these points has a local maximum of 15? Maybe this is 10, 15, 20, so 15, this would be point A. The function has how many zeros? 1, 2, 3 zeros. And the graph has symmetry that is what? Symmetry means reflection. So evenly, it's my silly phrase, that is a symmetrical of a line of the y-axis. So is that graph folded like that? No. Okay, odd. You have something coming up at 3. And does that same thing over here? Close, but then if you look at this hill, this is 1, 2, 3 boxes or 15. This one doesn't go that far. And also notice that it's not at the origin. Okay, so this would be neither. Again, odd would be symmetrical if you're folding this corner to this corner or this quadrant to this quadrant. This one's pretty close. I call it a tree. This one's a really big hill. This is a smaller hill. Question number 2, multiple choice. Complete the sentence to describe the end behavior. This is the end behavior sentence, and I'm going to quickly draw a graph. This is an even degree, so it should be like this. But because it has a negative leading coefficient, your graph's going to be going down. The easiest even we know is x squared, like the pink. So now it's going to be this way. This one says as x approaches negative infinity, so this is going to the left. Here's the x-axis. As we go towards the left, what's happening to the graph? It is going down. So this would be up, and this would be down. So our correct answer is B. Question number 3, select the domain and range of this function, 7x to the 5th. These are called power functions. It's basically a polynomial that doesn't have a bunch of other stuff. Let's graph it. The easiest odd that we know is x to the 1st. It looks like this. So odd degrees are going to do this. My leading coefficient is positive, so my graph's going to look something like this. The domain is the x values, and we're going to go left to right. Start over here. I have something on my graph. So negative numbers towards positive numbers. Essentially, when you're doing this and you have 2 arrows, it's always going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. So domain and this one. These are wrong. The range is going from the bottom to the top like this. Again, I start at negative numbers on the y-axis, and I can pick any output or y value. So that would be choice C is our correct answer. They're both negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay. Number 4, fill in the blank, use the function to complete, and the leading coefficient is, the number in front of the highest degree. Probably the most common mistake would be negative 3. This would be wrong because it's not in the highest degree. So it's 4, 3, 2, 1. That's why I call it a 1. And then 16 is 16x to the 0. So the leading coefficient would be this one, which would be 6. Guess I could give you partial points if you said the word positive. But it's meant to be a number. We know that 6 is positive. Question number 5, multiple choice. Use the table of values for the function. So they've given me this function, and a relative minimum is located near. All right, so in this question, I just graphed the order pairs using Desmos. And I didn't allow you guys to use a Desmos, so if you're just graphing this really quickly. And of course, you couldn't do this function, but I wanted you to see the line. You can kind of see that here there's a low point. So this is, you only have 3 options. Your 3 options are -3. Now you might say that's a low point, but the graph, it's still going negative, so it's going down. And you can kind of see that if you saw the answer. But the point is that you would see that that's not a change from increasing to decreasing. You have also x equals -2. Again, that's still increasing, but you'll see the change here at this point. 0, x is 0, and then y is -2. So there's the only reason why you see a change right there. These are 2 negatives. So the minimum here is 0, x is 0, and y is -2. You can just put like a variable, because remember, anything to the 0 power equals 1. So that's still 26. So that is a polynomial, and this one is a polynomial. There's no variables. It's not a decimal or fraction up here. So this would both be A. Question number 7. Which of the following is a simplified form of the expression? I have a negative sign, so you can distribute the negative and change all the math operations. So I'm going to repeat this one. And I'm going to stack it vertically by like terms. And we're going to change all the signs. So positive 8x to the 3rd. I'm going to change this one to be 7x squared minus 9x plus 7. Now, because I already changed all the math operations, we are now adding. Because I changed all the math operations, we are now adding. So that would be 4, 11, -3, -13, and 12. And it looks like that would be choice B. All right, let's go over the backside now. Question number 8, which of the following is the expansion of x to j plus k to the 6th power? So to the 6th power, I just need to get the coefficients using the nth power. So that number was 6. So I'm just going to go on my list to find the 6th one. So that would be 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. And the only one that has that, this one's missing a 1, so not this one. This one's counting down. 1, 3, 2. J to 1, J to 0, and 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. Your choice for question number 8 is A. Question number 9, determine the quotient, write as a dividend as a product of the divisor and the quotient plus the remainder. I'm going to do long division, or you can use synthetic division. X minus 5, 6x to the 4th minus 24x to the 3rd, minus 33x squared plus 20x plus 3. X goes into 6x to the 4th. There's 6x to the 3rd is your answer. And I'm going to put that up here. So we're just doing division. multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat, multiply, pay attention, we got to subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0, and I'll have to write that. Negative 24, opposite of negative 30, so that's plus 30, so that will give me 6x to the third. And then I'm going to divide. Divide this by x. So that gives me 6x squared. Multiply. Subtract. That's going to be 0. Positive 30, so negative 3x squared. Bring it down, repeat. Divided by x. So I have negative 3x. It's going to go up here. Multiply. Subtract. So that's opposite. So it becomes positive 3, negative 3 is 0. This will become 5x, right? 20 minus 15. Bring that down. And here, it's just going to give me a 5. So let's bring that there. So multiply, subtract, and we'll get 28. So let's go ahead and just do synthetic division. It doesn't tell me how, so I chose any of these. Set it equal to 0. Add 5, x is equal to 5. So the common mistake is to put a negative 5 here. Then I'm just going to do the coefficients. Zero product rule, which I just did. I'm getting the coefficients from the polynomial, bring it down, multiply diagonally, add, repeat, and the last are remainder. So here are the coefficients. 6, negative 24, negative 33, 20, and 3. Bring down the first one only. I'm going to multiply diagonally here, it gives me 30, and add down. Multiply, add down. Multiply, add down. Multiply, add down. The last one is my remainder, and you'll see how it's pretty much the same thing. So this is synthetic division. So I have the dividend, which is in the inside. Is equal to the quotient plus the remainder. So my remainder is 28, so it's positive. And over the divisor. This would be my answer. Oops. Quotient, remainder. Oops, I forgot the divisor. Put it over here. X minus 5. So that's included in our answer. Okay, so if this is the remainder, this is the constant. This is the constant, so 28 is positive, 5 is positive. This becomes, you add an x. This one, you're now going to have x squared, so, and 6x to the third. Remember, this can never be a fourth power because you just started with that. And this reduces the power, like that. All right, the last problem tells us to expand something to the fourth power. our fourth power is going to be these numbers, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. If you wanted to, you can use A and B, but you have to substitute those back in. So count down, A4, A3, A2, A1, A0. B value count up from 0 up to 4, B1, B2, B3, B4. And you're knowing you're doing this correctly when you add those together and equals the exponent. Okay. Now I can substitute in every A value. So 1 times 5m to the fourth power, b to the 0, 4 times 5m. And the b values, you can also substitute back in. So this would be 2k to the first power, 6 times 5m to the second power, 2k to the second power. And when the students struggled on this part here, that tells me they do not understand order of operations. So I'm going to write out the order of operations, PEMDAS. And we're going to do parentheses and exponents first. So when we say parentheses, there's nothing in here to simplify, and so I'm going to do it to the fourth power. Remember, 5m to the fourth power just means you're written out 5m 4 times. That's what an exponent means. And then here you can use your calculator. 5 to the fourth power, it's not 20. Is 625. So this is going to become 1 times 625, which is 625. And this is anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. Okay, notice I'm missing my exponent here. So now I'm going to do 5 to the third power. Times 4 times 2. 1,000. M to the third. Okay. 6 times 5 squared times 2 squared. 6 times 25 times 2 seconds fourth power is 4. So 600. 600, which is positive. M squared. K squared. This is going to be 2 to the third power, which is 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 40 times 6 is 160. M to the first, K to the third. And then anything to the 0 power, that equals 1. So 1 times 1 times 2 to the fourth, which is 16. So that'll become positive 16. No M's, right? The whole thing becomes 1. And K to the fourth. And that would be our answer. Hopefully that was helpful for you in understanding how to do these problems. See ya.
Well, no worries, cause now you can get the all-new Eng Pods. So now you can listen to math on the go or on the road. So why stall? Get the all-new Eng Pods today.